Hello, everyone. It's Thursday. It's May 28th. We've actually had quite of a big break. I think like a week break from all of these sessions. I'm going to just get right into it and have my guests join me while we're waiting for a few people to come. We have a special guest. Hi, Columba. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
So we are waiting a little bit for people to come and join us. Sometimes it takes a minute for people to come, and we'll say hi, and yeah, we're just waiting a little bit. But
No problem.
you could start telling us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been with the company.
Sure. Well, I've been with Amawaterways for 7 years now. Just had my seventh anniversary. Very exciting. I came from the big ships. So, I spent years at Carnival, Holland America Carnival. I left Carnival to go to Renaissance. We all know what happened to them. If you've been in the business a long time, they went Chapter 11. Then I went to Royal Caribbean. And then I was there for 10 years. And the day they announced they were going to put bumper cars on a ship, that's when I said, oh no, I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of the big ships. I need a change. I want something different. So I've been with AMA, like I said, 7 years. I've experienced many of the rivers, not all of them, but it's been a great, wonderful 7 years and really opened my eyes to a new way of cruising. And hopefully we'll do that with some of the agents that are on today and really kind of tell them how to open their customers' eyes. Because we think that there are a lot of people that are thinking about it, but they think it's a certain way. And I want to dispel any myths that you might have about river cruising. So, that's what we want to do today. Talk about what makes us different from the big ships and then also from the other river cruise companies out there.
Wonderful. So we have, I see we have Fior on the line. Let me open up the screen on my other computer so I can actually see the people who are logged in. I see Jill. Hi guys. Just plug in, just say hi so we'll know that you guys are there. And also tell us if you've ever been on an AMA ship before or
Right.
river cruise in general.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about AMA in general and river cruises for someone maybe that doesn't know what river cruise. I don't know if most of us here, I assume, would know what a river cruise is, but just in case.
Right, just in case. Well, it's funny because when I do my consumer events and I'll have my big banners behind me, people look at the picture of the ship and they say, "You sleep on that?" And I'm like, "Yes." It's not like cruising around Manhattan when you go to the Hudson River and stuff like that. So it's a river. Our river cruises carry anywhere from in Europe 106 guests up to 198 guests. So we have various sizes of ships. We have all of the amenities of a big ship except a casino. And as I started out saying, I came from the big ships. I'm a big show girl. I'm a big casino girl. And I thought when I went to work for a river cruise company, I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do on this ship at night? But I have to tell you, you're so busy and so active during the day. Dinner is open seating. It's one seating. Everybody's there together. There's no rush like when you're on the big ships and they're rushing you out from early seating for the late seating. You're rushing to a show. You're rushing to this or rushing to that. It's very, very, leisurely dinner. By the time you go upstairs, there is entertainment in the evening. Is it Broadway? Is it Las Vegas? No, but it's local entertainment. So that's another thing that's the beauty of river cruising is you're really getting the flavor of the destination, So the local entertainment is on. I tell you the truth, me, that I'm usually show girl, casino girl, 10:30, I was done. I hung out till maybe 11 and then I'm done because you're in a port every single day. It's not like when you're on the big ships and you're floating out at sea for a couple of days and drinking pina coladas on the top deck and napping all day. You're out, you're active, you're doing bike tours, hiking tours, just taking in all that beautiful fresh air and not being on lines, not waiting. That's the beauty of a river cruise, just getting that immersive destination feel for where you are. When I used to do presentations, Roy, and say, "Oh, so you've been on a cruise and you went to Rome," people say, "Yeah." I said, "Not really. You went to Vecchia, you were on a bus for an hour and a half, you probably went to a church, had lunch, a gift shop, and then back to the ship." And like, yeah. So you're not really getting the flavor of where people live, where they shop, where they dine. With a river cruise, you get all of that. And that's what really makes it special.
Right. I see that Fior said that she did Ama in Bordeaux with her mom,
Oh,
and
so did I.
Karen said that's it's on her bucket list. So
Yes, wonderful.
yeah.
When was the Bordeaux cruise?
Fior, let us know when you've been. I've actually been. The picture that you saw, I'm going to hide it for a sec. But the picture that you saw here, that's actually Ama Viola, and I
Oh,
took the picture last year in April.
so
We did. We had an agent event, and we did a cruise out of Vilshofen all the way to Budapest, and it was gorgeous. It was really nice.
it's really
So we
wonderful.
enjoyed it again, as you said, something we haven't expected. When you have your room and you open up the curtains in the morning, you're right there. You have people that are literally outside your balcony, outside your window. So gotta watch for that.
Yes, you
They
do.
almost got a show, but it's just so convenient. Um, and yeah, Connie was there with me. That's right, last year in April. And
And
Fior said that it was 2018. So yeah, 2018. Um, yeah, river cruises is quite different from what you're used to in terms of an ocean liner.
mhm.
Getting on the ship, getting off the ship. Sometimes even two ports in one day.
Yes.
It's quite and all the tours and everything. It's
Obviously, our guests don't have to do all the tours, but when I'm there, I do every tour that I can squeeze in because I want to, see something different. And the beauty of Amawaterways and their what they offer as far as excursions is when you open our brochure, every excursion that's listed in the brochure is included in the price. So, the few of you that have been on a river cruise, what's included and how wonderful it is. But you may get that resistance from a first-time river cruise customer when you sit with them and then you go over the price. They might say, "Ooh, that's a little higher than I thought." Well, that's when you pull out your little, bag of tricks and you tell them about all the inclusiveness. Because everybody knows with the big ships, they lure you with a great price to get on board. But once they get off that ship, your clients are going to have a huge bill at the end of that trip, right? We've all been there. We've all done that. Those excursions really start to add up. A bottle of wine every night with dinner, you're paying between, $30 and $50 or sometimes higher. With Amawaterways, your beer, wine, and soda is included with lunch and dinner. We even have a complimentary cocktail party before dinner now. So the inclusiveness that we offer. So you just want to tell the customer and they say, wow, that's high. You go over the excursions and how much they're saving. You go over the wine. You tell them about the Wi-Fi. You tell them that they're not paying extra for a movie. If they just want to relax one night and watch a movie in their stateroom, that's included. The only thing not included, maybe that's easier to go with, the only thing not included is going to be gratuities. We really don't believe in, we want to give you guidelines, but we really want to leave that to your discretion as a guest. And of course, if other drinks that are not the beer, wine, and soda that are included, and not we have the cocktail party. So if you want to drink after dinner, you'll pay for that. If you go for a massage, you'll pay for that. If you have your hair done, you'll pay for that. But otherwise, everything is taken care of. So that's what you want to stress. And what's great about that from an agent's perspective is that you're making money on the total cost of the trip, not all those other things that they're buying on board the ship. You're not getting paid for on a big ship. So with us, one price pretty much covers everything. So that's the other beauty of it. And then,
um, yeah. I see we have some more people coming in. Hi, Cynthia, and hi, Debbie. And again, as you've mentioned, so beer and wine included, cocktail hour. Most of the excursions, I know there are some excursions that have a little bit of like an extra charge that are more unique or higher end, we'll call them. But most
right.
of the excursions are included.
Yeah, so
Um,
for the agents, to say, okay, when you're on the phone with our reservation people, you'll say, listen, I understand that all the excursions are included that are in the brochure. Are there any optional tours I should know about? And at that point, the reservations might say, oh, yes, by the way, on that itinerary, there's a concert in Vienna that you pay extra for, but your clients pay for that when they get on the ship. So that's like 60 euros per person, and that's how that's handled. But very, very few optional excursions on the cruise portion of the trip. Yeah. So that's a good tip for you agents to always ask that.
Nice. And what else? What else is that unique that is on your ship? You said spa. I know not a lot of not a lot of river cruises have spa.
Okay, let's start with that because the unique things of Amawaterways. We're not the name brand that everybody knows. So we really rely on you, the travel professionals, to tell your clients what the differences are. And we rely on past guests that come back and say what a great experience they had, right? So we don't do a lot of advertising. We don't do a lot of, direct mail. So your customers are always going to come to you with that direct mail piece and say, hey, I got this in the mail. Can you book this for me? And you say, sure, I can, but then let me ask you a few questions. You ask the client some questions. What are you expecting out of this vacation? Because they think like all river cruise ships are the same, but they're not. They think all the companies are the same. And the way you put that into perspective with them and say, listen, I know that you're more of a celebrity or more of a princess, more of a certain type of clientele. They're not Carnival. They're not the mass market. They're not Royal Caribbean. They want a little bit nicer. So you say, just like with the big ships, there are differences. Same thing with the little ships. So you came to me with this brochure of, the big V, right? They got that brochure and you want to say, yeah, it's a good product, but there are differences. And you're going to say, that they're basically cabins, showroom, and a dining room. That's pretty much it as far as their public space. On the waterways, on their smaller ships, we have a jacuzzi on the top deck. On our larger ships, we actually have a pool. It's a heated pool with a swim-up bar in the summertime. In the winter, it's just a heated pool, so you can go take a dip. All of our ships have masseuse on board. All of our ships have a gym on board. They all have hairdressers on board. And new in 2019, we started in 18 as a test, but in 19 we launched where we have wellness coaches on all of the ships in Europe except for Portugal. We even have it in Vietnam and Cambodia. We don't have it in Africa, but there's a wellness coach on board that's going to get you up, get you moving, little core strengthening, resistance band training class, just people that want to stay active. I think the main thing I want to do embed in your mind today is don't think of river cruising as like an old fuddy-duddy vacation. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. And I really enjoyed it, so it's not just sitting on the top deck and watching the scenery go by. You want to get people that want to be active, that want to see things. The other companies offer one excursion a day, and that's it. Other excursions you'll pay for. So when you're looking at your client list and you're saying, all right, I know these people, they're going to get a little bored with looking at churches and museums and monuments all the time. Well, the beauty of Amawaterways is the tours that we do offer, the choices would be a bike tour. It could be a hiking tour. It could be a special interest tour like a cooking class or a wine tasting or something like that. So, that's where we set ourselves apart with the features on board. As I mentioned, the pools, the hairdresser, the masseuse, the wellness coaches, and the day-to-day activities on board the ship. Another thing that's unique is all of our river cruises all have a pre-land extension. It's, optional, but we always think that people are not going to go all the way to Europe for just a 7-night cruise. So we like to offer them a little bit more. With Amawaterways, the cruise manager does that extension with you. So other companies will have a representative at the hotel, but 5 o'clock comes, they take their tablecloth and they go home. Where ours, the cruise manager is there with you. They give you their phone number. They're there to act as a concierge, to give you suggestions, advice, tell you where you should go, what you should stay away from. Excursions are included on the land portion as well, and as well as breakfast daily. And usually a welcome cocktail dinner on land portion as well too. So we do things a little bit differently. Now, like I said, the Big V, good product. They're going to come out a little bit less expensive than us sometimes, but you want to do the comparison. If we're a little bit higher, we feel that with all that we have to offer, we can justify that higher price. Just like, Royal Caribbean can justify a higher price than Carnival or NCL, right? Celebrity can command a higher price than others. So that's the differences that you want to really focus on when talking to your customers. And not knowing my audience here, how long you're in the business or what consortium you're a member of, our base commission for cruises is 15%. If you're part of a consortium, you're at 18%. So that's a big chunk of change. And when you're looking at that for the price point that we're, getting for our cruises, you can make $1,800 on one phone call. we all know how many cabins you have to sell on the big ships to make that kind of money, right? So if you can focus on AMA, you can make money. You'll get very happy customers when they come back, and I think they'll spread the word for you and make it easy for you to sell Amawaterways in the future.
Right, and sometimes there are promotions with reduced air or some promotions on air in general. And again, if I'm not mistaken, if we book air with the package, the transfers are included?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So there are some air promos once in a while. We're getting ready to launch some promotions in July. Right now we know that people are not really booking for this year. I mean, you're all feeling that pinch for sure. So as far as cancellations, we have suspended operation through July 31st as of right now. And by June 1st, we'll make a decision whether we're going to go further and suspend the month of August. It's a little tricky because we're waiting for all the different countries to come up with their protocol and what's going to be the new norm. I hate to say that, but we're waiting to see what happens. But for the customers that were affected by the suspension of our operation, if they were at a certain point in the, if they had final payment already made or deposit, whatever, they were getting 115% future cruise credit so that we can hold on to their money and get them to book a next trip. Normally, right now, we were open through 2021, but to really make things easy and to, again, hold these people's money a little bit longer, we opened up 2022 already. So that just happened last week because maybe people, they were traveling this year and next year because they couldn't travel because they had a son getting married or a big graduation or something like that. So they were saying, no, I can't go next year. I want my money back. It's like, okay, wait a minute. We'll open up 2022 early so we can capture that business now. And so that's been working out. So we're not seeing any business, obviously, for this year. People are very hesitant. But for 2021, we've got a good percentage of business on the books already. And now that 2022 is open, it's starting to spill over into 2022 as well.
Okay. So again, right now, until July 31st,
right?
And probably next week, we'll get an announcement as to what's going on later. Those that were canceled, they can get a refund or future cruise at 110%.
115.
15.
115.
Just got an extra 5%. Cool.
Right.
And what happens? What happens if, in terms of regular policy, if it's not canceled, let's say it's August 1st, and people are a little bit worried, they already made the payment or deposit. What's when is normally the final payment?
Yes, that's a good question. Normally, we require $400 per person deposit, and final payment is due 90 days prior to departure.
Okay.
With all this going on, we were giving people that extra 30 days and saying, okay, your final payment is due 60 days prior to departure. Just so, because that's usually when we've been canceling or suspending at 60 days. So they were like, I don't know if I want to give up this, because $400 is the deposit, but their balance could be 10, 12, 15, So like, I don't know if I want to do this yet. I'm going to wait till the 60 days. So we were giving them that extra 60 days. The travel agent would have to call us and let us know. But I don't think the booking would automatically cancel in the system because, we want them to really be able to hold on to that money as well. So
the initial deposit of $400 a person, that's non-refundable, or it is?
Okay. Normally, once you deposit your $400 per person, you're immediately in default for $200, 50%.
Okay.
So automatically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's our normal policy.
So right now, final payment is scheduled 90 days. If your clients want, you can call and ask for an extension out of 30 days, right? 60.
Right.
So
and then at that point, we'll know if we're going to cancel or continue or not. So it's been working out that way for the past few months.
Okay, cool. Good to know. And good to know also regarding the deposits. I know the other company that you've mentioned that their deposits and final payments are a little different. The timing. So that's also something to remember. Again, the differences between the companies. Right now, how many ships do you have? Because river cruises, it seems like everyone has so many.
Well, we have a total of 23 in our fleet. You know, we have the majority of our ships, of course, are in Europe. Then we have one little ship in Vietnam, Cambodia. We have a ship in Africa, and we have a ship in Egypt. The ones in Vietnam and Africa, we don't own outright. We have partners. So as I mentioned before, our ships in Europe are 106 up to 198. The 198 passenger ship is the Alma Magna. What's unique about her, she's twice the width of a standard river cruise ship. So now those of you that have been on a river cruise just say, what? How could that be? Because that's what I said. I'm like, how's that going to fit on the rivers and through the locks? Because we were always told the ships have to be so wide and so long or else they can't fit and maneuver through the locks. Well, the Alma Magna can only sail on the Danube because the Danube has double wide locks for two ships to pass at the same time. So when the Magna is passing through, she'll pass by alone. So the reason I'm mentioning this to you and telling you the difference, and say it's 198 guests, well, that's almost the same number of guests that the big V carries, but they're half the size, half the width. Okay, so they carry 190 on a ship where we're carrying 156. On our 196 passenger ship, she's twice the width. And what does that allow us to do? It allows us to have spectacular staterooms. The minimum category stateroom is over 200 square feet. And there's one suite on the ship that's actually over 700 square feet. So the majority of staterooms on the Alma Magna are between like 355 and 465, which are like the suites on our standard ships. So if you have those customers that have been saying to you for years, I don't know, I want to try a river cruise, but I don't think there's enough for me. I need more variety. I need more space. The cabins are so small. Well, that's what this ship was designed for because the staterooms are much larger. On the Alma Magna, there are actually 4 restaurants, all included. Our standard ship has the regular dining room, and then we have the specialty restaurant, okay, which is the chef's table. But on the Magna, you have 4 restaurants. You have the main restaurant, you have the chef's table restaurant, you have Jimmy's Wine Bar and Pub, and you also have alfresco dining. And as I mentioned, all included. So it's for those people that like variety. The gym is much, much larger. There's actually spin bikes out on the decks. You can take a spin class. The lounge is double the width of our standard lounge. And I think my favorite part about the lounge is for those of you that have been on a river cruise, you know what it's like when you go to the show. It's not everybody's taste sometimes. And it's all in one room. So there's the people at the bar that are chatting. And you get the people that are trying to watch the show and they're getting annoyed at the people that are chatting and they're going shh, shh, and getting into arguments with people. Well, on the Alma Magna, right a few steps below the lounge, there's these 2 little spin-off lounges that they're called the library during the day. But in the evening, it accommodates maybe 25 people each. 2 separate ones. One is like goldish color, beautiful rust tones. The other one's blues and greens. You'll be served drinks down there. So you can continue your conversation, have fun down there, have drinks, and then after the show's over, come back up to the lounge. So really, really nice features on the Alma Magna like that for your big ship people. Of course, it's coming at a higher price point because of the size of the staterooms too. But I think that your people that have been hesitant, and if they're used to booking suite type of accommodations on a big ship, they would love, love, love the Alma Magna. I got to experience her in January and really blew me away. So getting back to our smaller ships, in Vietnam, the ship is the Amadara. Only 124 guests on that ship. And I did that trip in 2014. I absolutely loved it. Like a life-changing experience. The cruise itself is 7 nights, but there's pre and post land. You should really do the full land experience if you really want to get the whole gist of it. Africa, I have not done yet. That's a little bit different in the case that when you're booking the Africa trip, you have to book the whole itinerary as we present it. And we have 5 different itineraries, but you cannot book just the cruise. Okay. Europe, you don't want my pre or post. That's fine. Asia, you don't want my pre or post. That's fine. But for Africa, you got to book it as is. The cruise portion is only 4 nights. The rest is land. But the way you would position the product, I think, what I advise agents, because they go, wow, you go to Africa? I'm like, yeah. They say, where? I say the Chobe River, which is very densely populated with elephants and like 350 species of birds. So if you have clients that are interested in Africa and have been talking about it, And you'll say to them, oh, have you thought about a cruise? And they'll say, what do you mean? There's cruises in Africa. So it's just 4 nights, like I said, but it puts a little different spin on the whole experience. Because you're on the Chobe, which is so densely populated with elephants, and you will get a game drive while you're on the river. It's like being in their watering hole for 4 nights. The staterooms are beautiful. They're large. They're all balconied staterooms. They're all air-conditioned staterooms, but a lot of guests love to just leave the doors open. There's a screen because you want to hear the sounds of the wildlife around you. And it's just really a wonderful, wonderful experience. So when you look at the pricing for the Africa trip, you're going to see one price on one column, where on Asia and Europe, you're going to see cruise and land. Africa, it's going to be one price because we don't break it down for you. Okay. I see that there's questions. Are you reading the questions? Because I can't concentrate.
Yeah, we'll get to the questions.
All right, because I can't read and talk.
No problem.
And I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, our newest destination for 2021, we're going to have a ship that's going to Egypt. We're really excited about that. It's a new ship called the Amawaterways, and she will do 7-night cruises, Luxor round trip. But you'll go into Cairo first, do 3 nights in Cairo at the beautiful Four Seasons property there, then board the ship for 7-night Luxor. Then you do have to go back to Cairo one night because we can't get you back to the United States in time. But we're also offering other extensions like to Dubai, to Jordan. So wonderful opportunities there to experience Amma on a different river. That's
okay.
Coming.
That's nice. That's. I know some other cruise lines are doing that too, or stopped, and then now the destination is coming back. So that's good. Mm-hmm. I see a question or a comment. Jill is saying that she's river cruise again is on her bucket list as well. Samantha Brown is a godmother for one of the ships, right? Which one?
Yama Magna. Yes.
Oh, it is the Yama Magna. Okay. Well, yeah. We actually been before the Yama Magna went out. We actually did a tour of it while it was still like in dock. So I got some pictures, but we were not allowed to post any of them. So
right. Yes. Before it was actually, because when I was under construction too, they wouldn't let us post any pictures yet either until it was done. So same thing. But for those asking and have it on your bucket list, we do offer fabulous travel agent rates. Off the top of my head, because I haven't talked about it in so long and I'm so busy talking about FCCs and percentages and all that stuff, but it's a flat rate for the minimum category stateroom. And forgive me, I want to say $990, but don't quote me. I'm sorry. I should have been prepared with that. But we'll give a flat rate on the minimum category stateroom and then 50% off the upgrades that you see in the brochure price. And we do have sometimes a list of FAM dates in advance where those will be the ones where they're called seminars on the river. They're escorted by BDMs. So if those dates work for you, those are out usually earlier, months out. But if you want to go on your own as just a travel agent with a guest, on a cruise, that we confirm those 90 days prior to departure.
Well, what's the likelihood right now for 2020, assuming things kind of get back to normal, people still hesitant, but there are cruises? What's the likelihood of some agents getting agent rates? Or
I think if the rivers come back, and I'm hoping they do in October, November, December, that's the soonest that's just my own thing that I'm thinking, that the customer still won't feel comfortable. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for agents. If the rivers are open and we're sailing, I think all you guys and girls on this call could get lucky this year. For sure. Actually, we're keeping a wait list of people that are interested. So the application is online. You can fill it out and send it in to the FAM department. And we're just holding them all. And as things open up, if you haven't made other plans in the interim, we can confirm you. So, yeah.
Okay. So when we also have a question from Paula. Hi, Paula. Regarding the first responders, 2-for-1 promotion for first responders that I've seen actually sent out.
Yes.
So what is the deposit? Is it we're asking about the deposit, I think, right?
No, it's very straight. It's a little hard to explain. Okay. There's 2 different programs to the same offer. Okay. So the first offer is the certificate for the first responder to get a free cruise. All right. The way that works, you as the agent would go to amawaterways.com. Just don't even go to the travel agent portal. Just go to amawaterways.com. Under special offers, click on that. The first thing that pops up is this picture with the nurse with the little heart. Okay. And you'll have the opportunity to fill out the information for the person that is a medical professional person. Okay. We are going to ask you for ID. So they have to have their actual hospital ID, work ID, whatever it is, because you're going to be asked to scan it. You then send that all through, and within, I think, 48 hours, you're going to get a certificate with that person's name that says free cruise to John Smith. Okay. When they get that, they then hold on to it because it's good for 2021 sailings, right? And within 90 days prior to departure, they can start looking at availability to apply that certificate. Now, the other person in the cabin is going to be paying full price. So that's why it's really like a 2-for-1. So it's a free cruise for the frontline hero. Now, I got the question where, okay, what if the husband and wife are both first responders in medical field? Then they can actually take 2 cabins and bring their family along. Okay, so that's one level. And I think that that level works for a lot of first responders because a lot of them can't really plan their vacation that far out. You know, a lot of them work like rotations or something. So that's probably a good thing to do that 90 days prior. The other way that the other program that we offer is if they're ready to book now, they can actually make a reservation using the promo code that's on the flyer or online. They still have to scan their ID and all that to us. And they'll get $1,000 off per person in the stateroom with complimentary gratuities on the booking. And they'll be confirmed now. Okay. So
that's if they don't want to wait the
90 days
voucher. Oh, it's still the 2-for-1 is still 90 days prior.
The 2-for-1 is 90 days prior. The regular booking they can book now for 2021. Okay. They still got to show their ID and all that, and they're going to get $1,000 off whatever sailing they choose per person. So both people in the stateroom will get $1,000 off, and they'll also get prepaid gratuities thrown in.
Okay,
so that's good for people that want to plan. But people that don't want to plan, they want to take their chances, and it's like they're not putting any money out for that certificate. Nothing. They're not putting any money out. They're just going to get a certificate that says this is awarded to, Dr. John Smith. And when he's ready, he takes that certificate to you, the agent, that you gave him the certificate. He's like, okay, look, can you look? Now it's May. I want to look at August. Find me a cruise in August. And we'll find you hopefully something in August that will fit their dates. And then that's when they'll redeem the certificate.
Okay. And again, if they choose to do it now, the reduction, the discount is $1,000 per person or $1,000 per cabin?
$1,000 per person and prepaid gratuity. Yeah.
Okay.
So on our website, or you can email me after this call. My email is just my first name, Columba@amawaterways.com. We have this flyer that you can personalize with your agency contact information. It's really a great offer to put out there to your customers that might know, even if they're not doctors or nurses or whatever, or EMT employees. It's good for you to get names and say, hey, I can get the certificate for you to build your database. If you're the first one to offer it to these people, it's really a great, I see someone saying, hi, Columba. It must be somebody I know. I don't know who, but.
Jenny. Yeah, we have, you can't see the names because you're not within the group. But it's Jenny Mancini. I don't know if you know her.
Hi. So it's a really great program. Again, if you want to email me after this call, I'll be happy to send you the flyer that you can personalize. And it's a great way for you to just put it out there to your frontline heroes that you know and build your database, because now you know that they're interested. Hey, you can get a free cruise and, on Amawaterways and just get the certificate for them. That's it.
What information do you need? You need their ID, a copy of
yeah, we just need, actually, I'd have to look at the website again myself. Right. You fill out the application right on the website. And there's a little box that says, I'm filling this out for my client. I'm the travel agent. Then you'll put your travel agency information in there as well. And like I said, within 48 hours, you will be issued. They verify the ID. They want to make sure, and then they will send you the certificate that then you can present to the client. So it's also a great way if you got like nurses, young nurses, maybe their mom and dad wants to give this as a gift. It's another way to look at it. Maybe your client, your current database, maybe they're not traveling with you, but the moms and dads are, the aunts and uncles, and that they have somebody in the family that is a medical frontline hero. So other ways you can use it.
Yeah. So Paul, again, they said 90 days prior to actually redeem. So yeah, these are all cruises for 2021 because
Exactly.
you need 90 days advance
Mm-hmm.
purchase. I mean, is it minimum or I mean, can you book it 30 days out, or it has to be within the 90-day?
Within 90 days. Within
Okay.
90 days. Yeah, I mean, of course, there'll be less availability within 30 days.
Yeah.
We hope. So you want to get it at that 90-day point. But
And this is the basic, the basic category, the entry level category.
No, it's any category.
I'm sorry. Oh, depending on what the other person is paying. Okay, I got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And the other thing, wait, I just went right out of my head. Oh, what was I going to say? I don't know.
The promotion itself, how long do we have to reach out to our potential clients?
I mean, they can pull it at any time. That's what it says, so just get on the certificate as soon as possible. Once you have the certificate, then you got a certificate, Oh, what I wanted to say was we've already issued, since this was announced, 2,600 certificates.
Oh, wow.
So there's, a lot of demand. So at that 90-day points immediately is when you want to start looking. So depending on, when you purchase it, and then get on it and start looking for your clients. And you'll tell them, look, as soon as 90 days, I know you're interested in the Rhine, mark your calendar. They want to go in August. That means in May, you better start looking for availability for them.
And the first responders, they are the one who need to be on the cruise, right? They can't get the certificate and give it to someone else.
No, but what I meant by what I said that was that the mother could give the certificate to the daughter, and pay for she'll pay for the trip, but take the daughter. Or the daughter can give it to the daughter to go with her husband, but the mom will pay for the one trip and the other person will be free. There's so many different angles you can use with it. You know what I mean?
Like one of the people who are actually cruising, they have to be the first responder?
Yes.
They can't, I'm a first responder, I can't get the certificate and just give it to my sister and her husband.
No, but
the first responder has to actually cruise.
But the mom can get the certificate and put her daughter's name on it and say, this is for you. When you're ready to go, I will pay for your trip for your husband. Or, you know what I
mean? Yes and no. So again, if I am the first responder and I'm putting my work tag and I got it, but I can put my sister's name on the certificate and she can go with her husband?
No. Unless you're paying for it. I mean, when they're good, I'm saying you could get it like as a gift. Like if the mother says, my daughter's working so hard, I want to give her a gift. Take this.
But the daughter is the first responder.
Exactly.
Okay. The person who's actually going on the cruise, they have to be the actual first responder. Okay.
Exactly. So, mom says, my daughter's really been working hard the past 3 months. She's killing herself. I want her to go on this cruise. Either she takes me or she takes somebody else, but I want to pay, give her the certificate. So now she goes with a girlfriend that's not a first responder, and they figure it out. That's it.
Got it. Okay. And I think for the mystery, or maybe you figured it out, I think Jenny said that she cruised with you on the Rhine in 2017.
Oh, okay.
October of 2017.
What agency is Jenny with?
She will respond and will let us know.
Yeah.
So the flyer is just on the website. Can you send me the flyer later? I'll just post it on the Facebook group so people can access it. And then they'll have the ability to just edit, I guess, the PDF, put their agency information and post it out or do something with it. Okay.
Yes. And, again, if right now we're doing a lot of reaching out to agents. We're doing webinar Wednesdays every week. All of us are still in place at the company. Nobody has been let go. So I may not be your BDM, whoever your BDM is, we're still here. I have been so busy doing virtual cruise nights. I've been doing lots of, webinars with agents. If you have a potential group and you want to, get them together. I mean, you got to do it soon. I think now that the weather's going to start getting nicer, people are not going to be, they're going to want to be out. But in April and May, I was so busy doing 7 o'clock, sip and sail parties of my own with agents, or with their customers. We're doing webinar Wednesdays every week as a company at 1:30. If you're not registered on our website, please go to amawaterways.com. Upper right corner, you'll see Travel Agent Portal. Click on that and register as a new agent under your agency name. And then you'll get all the invitations to the webinars that we're doing every week. The owners of the company have been hosting these on a weekly basis. And we have lots of different subjects. The favorite ones have been where we have cruise managers that are actually on the call. And they've been doing such a phenomenal job, really bringing the destination to life and just getting people excited. I mean, I have only done the Bordeaux cruise in France. We have a new one that's doing Burgundy and Provence, and that itinerary looks spectacular. And there's phenomenal webinars that you can listen in on, because after we do the live webinars, they're housed on our website. So you can listen in on them, learn some more about the product yourself, call your BDM, tell them you're interested in doing a webinar, and we'll be happy to do it with you, because we just co-host it with you like we're doing now. You'll see Roy and me. It'll be you and me on the screen, or you and your BDM, and we'll do a PowerPoint presentation talking about, all things Amawaterways or something specific, whatever you choose.
Right. And in general about river cruises, or again with Ama, I mean, I can tell you, I've been to Budapest many times, and when I did it with Ama, we did the traditional, went to, some of the things that we normally do, but one of the excursions, or not really excursion, is the spa manager, the health manager. He took us a soccer ball, and we had a team from the team, the staff versus guests. We found a local soccer field, and we just kind of walked like locals, and we just played on a regular like soccer field. And it sounds kind of simple, but it is. We posted some pictures. We took. It was just fun. It's not something that you would normally do. And that again wasn't an excursion. It was just something that the staff, they just arranged at one point. You reach that like friendliness, and they just invited us. We went, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
in addition to the tours and what we normally did.
They try to really make it very individual too. And that's what's so great about our cruise managers. They've all been with us a long time. They all have their own little tricks up their sleeves. And we don't like to talk about like that stuff, because you never know what's going to be. So if you tell that story, then people say, oh, I heard they're going to play soccer. Oh, then they don't. Like there's little things that they do. Like when I was on one of my cruises, I love my Nico. He's one of my favorite cruise managers. We're in, I think Vienna or in Salzburg. I don't know where we were. And he comes walking up to us with the little Mozart bowls, and just handing them out to people. They put their own little spin on things. Now with these France itineraries, are, cruise managers from that area, they really know how to bring it to life for you. And like that situation, where I'll never forget in Bordeaux, the wellness coach has had a sign-up sheet to go for a little run. Now, I am not a runner. I'm not even a jogger. I'm not even I'm a fast walker. That's about it. So when I showed up, I was the only person that was there. And I said, listen, Ricardo, if you want to go back to your cabin, I'm fine. I won't tell anybody. I'll just go. That's it. So he goes, no. We'll walk at your pace. I said, my pace? I said, okay. Wait for me. I went down. I got my camera. He took me on a fantastic walking tour. And a photographic adventure. He took me down little side streets in Bordeaux that I hadn't seen before. And we took pictures, and we took a 45-minute walk. We had a nice chat. I stopped for a little drink, and then we went back to the ship. So
I think we had Ricardo too, and he took her sister on a bike ride and did exact same thing, because she wasn't feeling comfortable with the group. But yeah, I think that was Ricardo too. So yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like they all, they'll do something special for you, and that's why we like to under promise and over deliver. So we don't want to tell you all the things that go on, because it may be different for everybody's situation. We've had situations where somebody has a medical problem on board, and they write back about how amazing the cruise manager was, that they went to the hospital with them, they stood with them, they translated for them, they got everything taken care of for them. These are not stories you tell people, but it happens. And when it does happen to you, you're so grateful, and you're so, enamored with the service that you got, that it really stands out to people. It really does.
I think it seems like Paula copied and pasted from the website where it says that it's $500 a person. So unless it changed, but could you verify, double check to see? I don't know if the website is wrong or.
Is that's not the hero promo though?
Um,
That's not the hero promo.
that's the. It looks like $1,000 savings plus the prepaid gratuity. That's just a regular promotion.
That's a different promo because I'm looking at the hero one. It says right here, advance. It's 1,000 per person plus complimentary.
Okay.
So
So
that's
this looks like a
promo.
different promotion.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure
So the
which
1,000 off, Paula, the 1,000 off is
No,
for first
that's-
responders that want to take a cruise and they're eligible. Regular people that are not first responders can probably utilize the
that
other promotion that is 500 a person.
that may be the triple savings commission, triple savings promo that's going on. We have so many promos going on. I think that might be the triple savings one.
Okay. So yeah, if you could send me the link, the PDF, we'll post it. We'll double check if you have something in writing that says 1,000, then it's 1,000. Okay.
Very good. But the
Not a
hero is
problem.
definitely 1,000. So, all
Okay.
right. Any more questions or?
I mean, if we have any more questions, let us know.
And
Do
we're also
you
going
have
to
a?
offer
I'm sorry, what?
the prize, right? We're going to send a gift card to someone.
Yeah. We actually haven't. We should have discussed it. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning. Let me
Sorry,
see.
we talked about that last week, and I said I was ready for you.
Yeah, no, that's great. I am just trying to figure out. Okay. So no, I'm trying to think of a question. Can you give me a question of something that we've discussed? Now, wait before you ask the questions. And if you can't, just let me know. I'll find the question. Oh, you
Okay.
know what? I have the question.
I have a question
Perfect.
that we
So
talked about. Okay.
what you need to do, people, just here's my. It's on now. It's on the it's on the chat. Open up a chat box with my name on Facebook, and the first person who will answer correctly, okay, you have to be first and you have to answer correctly, will win the door prize. What is our door prize?
The $50 Visa or MasterCard gift card.
Perfect. Wonderful. So okay, so what is the question?
Okay. The question is, what is the name of the ship in Vietnam and Cambodia?
Ooh, okay. I thought you would want to go with the biggest ship to make it easier on people.
No, that's too easy. That was, I did mention the name of the ship in Vietnam.
You have. So again, what would so the ship in Vietnam that you guys don't own the ship, right?
No. We're partners with another company.
Okay.
We
So
can't own the ship.
open up a chat box for myself. Put the answer in. I will let everyone know later because some people are going to my spam folder. So I'll check that. And the first person we will announce, and I'll send you, Columba, their information. You could send them the gift card.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm getting.
Right. And I
I'm
also
getting some.
somebody's still saying it's the hero program. I don't know because this says 1,000 per person. I don't know what they're saying. They're looking.
We'll check. We'll double check. Maybe there's something wrong somewhere. But if you can again send me the information, we'll look it up and make sure.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not seeing any more questions. I want to thank you for. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So I'm going to send you the card, Roy.
I'll email you. I'll reach out. We'll figure out who that person is. You could send them directly to them. You could send it to me. We'll get to
I'll send you that. Get their address, and I will be happy to.
Perfect. So again, I want to thank you for supporting us, for supporting our group, the agents. I know a lot of us can't wait for the rivers to open up,
Me either.
we can sell and sail. Yeah, well, hopefully in a few weeks we'll have you here again, and you'll tell us about the actual cruise that you are going to go on, and hopefully it'll be in 2020.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, everybody. Thanks for coming on today, and great to see you. And if you need anything, if you're not sure who your BDM is, just send me an email. Again, Columba at Amawaterways, and I will direct you to the right person. Okay?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.